Good morning, everybody.
Hi. Welcome everyone. I did not ask this during the recap, but you guys can figure that out. As you see, we are now back to just the three main players. So we said goodbye to RJ last week, then finished a little arc. But who knows? Maybe Titus will be back later in the future. My camera's not
Maybe
focusing.
Titus will become the big bad, and then we have to go kill RJ.
Mm-hmm. Don't spoil my plans, Sarah.
What's a little murder between friends?
Just a little as a
Just a little
treat.
more. Just a little cheat. Anyway, welcome back to Nexus Adventures. Last we left off, we had left Titus with a few new people to help him out in his revenge quest. Aniskra, uh, the Triton that you were tasked to find by Tibet, so you could give them an offer of a new life, was shipped, quite literally shipped off safely with Bullseye, Captain Bullseye of the Grey Lady. Um, and you three made your way with the help of Xander. Is it Xander or Xavier? Xander.
Thunder was the bard.
Okay. Xander, with the help of Xander, he had lent you a safe house. He had also, as well, given you a cart and horses for you to take for your ride back to Yara. Now, the the ride itself will take about a week or so. But before we get into this, hey everyone, who are you? Let's start off with Mama Bear.
Hi everyone, I'm Emmer, humbly on the internet, and I'm playing Roshin, who is our Moon Elf Druid.
Mm-hmm. Jen.
Hi, I'm Anthony, the Artificer Barbarian, and he is a drow man today.
Just today?
Just today.
Okay.
Tomorrow
Uh,
he's going to be a Goliath, I've
uh
decided.
okay, okay. And last but not least, Sarah.
Hey guys, I'm Sarah. I'll be playing Lucy. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. If you're new to the fam, hi, welcome. We're happy to have you here. We are a charity channel in this house, so you will be seeing messages pop up in chat talking about our monthly charity. Today is the last month for our October charity. Just because, I just wanted to give it one more day, just a little bit. And we'll be talking more about the other charities that we all individually champion after this game. And we'll be telling you more about the monthly charity after the game as well. So stick around for that. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, bits, subs, channel points, affect the game. You know the deal. You've been on Twitch. Take it away, Satan.
Speaking of channel points, can I just say I have 69k channel points?
Hey!
Nice. Because I'm here all the time. Anywho,
Next
I'm
time, just
Satan.
at me.
I'm Satan, and I'll be your DM for the day. I'll be playing every other character, as well as the god of this role. No, I'm joking. But last we left off, you were Jack went with you as well. He was there to help you. Um, he was there to help you take something, a certain contraption of Annie. And he did, and he figured he might as well go with you if you were planning on making your way eventually to Loomberry. Um, and you start making your trip back to Yara, where it's gonna be a baby Ash's birthday. Is there anything specific that you want to highlight during your trip there?
Nope.
Perfect.
She's been doing a lot of
Um,
whittling. That's
yeah,
all.
love willing talking. Jack's been like reading books. Jack and Anthony, you can talk artificery. Lucy, you can bother everyone. Um, no,
Lucy's on the clock now. She's just anxious
yeah,
Lucy. She's hyper vigilant.
yeah. Lucy is
Yeah.
more. You're like the guard dog. You're like making sure everyone's okay.
She's like the little chihuahua of the group.
Yeah. Um,
Sorry.
talk about a morning wake up. It's okay. Uh, but eventually you find yourself uh making your way into Yara, you make your way into. You pass the little tavern inn that's a few miles off the entrance of Yara, and then you come into this relatively smaller town, but it is all mainly centered around this town square, if you will. There is a fountain that is made out of stone, very beautifully carved in the center of it. Um, it depicts a tree, and you see that the water falls off its branches, almost like rain falling off a tree. Um, and you see people milling around the town. Um, are you stopping anywhere before you go straight to your parents-in-law?
Hmm. Mm-mm.
Okay. Um,
Lucy will be stopping at whatever the
mhm.
general store is in town because she's
Okay.
had an idea on the way there. Because
Okay.
she has a gift prepared with Jack, but she doesn't really have a whole lot to do. So she's gonna stop and get some thick, twiny type string, a small bottle of and a small bottle of rubbing alcohol.
Are you making a Molotov cocktail?
No,
Okay.
it's fine. I promise. It's a toy. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
How much do I owe?
Just that's like maybe 5 silver.
Thank you.
I realized I didn't have music. The silence was deafening. But you eventually make your way there. Rushing, would you have let Jarek know that you are on your way there?
Yeah.
You're getting there.
Mhm. She messages him every night, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So as you are out there, Jarek is out with Ash, holding him, waving you over as you bring your cart in. Um, and who's driving the cart? Just they answer you? No, oh, it's Lucy.
I
This
think
is
Anthony
first.
will have just handed the reins over to Lucy at one point and gotten back to working on his knitting.
Lucy will let him
This-
knit as much as he wants. She will drive the car.
I
Yeah,
believe this is where we left Sprinkles as well.
yeah, this is where
Yara.
Sprinkles is.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that Sprinkles actually, it's not tied down, but they are around the house eating uh, grass as horses do. And your old cart is there, but Jarek waves you over and motions you to where you can put the cart. But as you get off, you see Jarek there with a big smile, Ash in his arms. Ash seems to be covered in flour of sorts and has a little baby apron.
Okay.
But all you hear is a loud, "Mommy!"
I'll go and pick him up.
Yeah,
Give him a big cuddle. She doesn't care about getting covered in
yeah.
flour.
And he just kind of gives you a big hug and just like pushes his face into your hair.
Mm.
So
How are
all
you
you,
doing, baby?
I'm good, mom. Mom.
Mm.
Viscous is teaching me how to bake.
Oh, good.
I made you cookies.
Well, I'm very pleased about that. I'm sure they're delicious.
Yeah, they got
Mhm.
sprinkles.
Oh, well, that
Yours
is
have
very
blue
exciting.
sprinkles because you're blue,
I am blue, just like you.
just like me.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looks over and sees Lucy and Anthony and just kind of just does a little kid like scream the high pitch like Auntie, Uncle.
You're muted, too.
Lucy has switched to because Jarek's family knows her as a dark-haired wood elf, I believe. So she would have switched back to that face. It's the same one she uses in Loomberry.
Mm. And he's just waving frantically. Jarek is helping Jack set the cart and the horses up. But when he's done, he comes and gives you Roshi. If you could change your names on the Zoom chat, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you Roshi a big hug with Ash in your arms, and it's really nice family, like warm hug with all the family.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks you all over. He's like, "Oh, are you all hungry? We have food. Um, we've prepared some guest bedrooms for you all if you need it." Um,
Okay.
I'll just
A
room with
warm
your
meal would
sister
be
again.
nice.
what'd you say?
I'll just room with your
Uh,
sister again. Where is she?
She's in the kitchen.
Lucy breaks off and heads for the kitchen.
Yeah. Great for the kitchen. Between that, Jake will usher the rest of you in through the now open door. He'll let you know that his parents are off busy in the town, buying things, but to make yourselves at home, offers you drinks. Um, if you need anything, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, and Lucy, as you make your way into the kitchen, you see Viscra is cleaning off uh, the countertops from the mess that Ash made while trying to make cookies. There's sprinkles everywhere, specifically blue ones. Um,
The aftermath of kids in a kitchen.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
She
she'll
looks
rush in and
over.
just give her a hug. She doesn't say hi.
Oh, hey there.
We're back.
Hi. I see that. She'll give you a hug too. I hope you like flour on your face.
It's fine. I need your help tonight.
Depends. What's in it for me?
I need to finish this. And she pulls out a full bottle of whiskey.
That I can help with.
Excellent.
You always come in with the best gifts. Alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
If you're here, does that mean my sister-in-law's here?
Mm-hmm. She's outside cuddling the little one. Come on.
Okay. She'll come out and wave over to you, Roisin, and give you like a half hug because you still have Ash on you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Hopefully you'll like the little treats the little one made for you.
I'm sure I will. Probably the best I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. I'll definitely be something.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. May I just say that whatever comes from she says it's kind of like away from Ash. Whatever comes from Ash does not reflect my baking.
I understand. It's all right. We all have to start somewhere.
It'll taste good. It'll look strange.
It will look like it's been made with love, and that's the main thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She's like cleaning up her hands.
Yeah.
Well, y'all look travel worn. I'm gonna get us a drink because it's always time for a drink. You want a drink? Old man, you look strange. Is this the same? Who is this? She'll point to Anthony.
This is Anthony.
Okay. She doesn't question it.
Yep.
I've seen
Drinks
weirder
would be
things,
nice.
don't worry.
Mm.
Drinks. Hard liquor for everyone. She makes a decision right then and there.
Okay.
She'll start pouring like whiskey for everyone.
Yeah. I'll walk inside. I'll have like Ash on one side and holding Jack's hand in the other and
Yeah.
just walk inside.
Anthony just looks really sad at the whiskey and hands it back. I don't like the taste anymore.
Oh,
There'll be other
man.
things.
Rum? I got some spiced rum.
I think I like spiced rum.
Okay, she takes your drink, pours it in hers, and then brings out pours some spiced rum into your glass. Try that one.
Tries it better.
Yeah, see, it's not all bad. Okay. So, mom and dad are out in town.
Yeah.
Drake, did you tell them? It's like, yeah, I told them they're room serving. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. But get settled in. Viscra, Jack is introduced to Viscra. There's, um, and you just have it's just a bit of relaxing and comfort from the road traveling on the road. And Visco would point to you, Roshin, and say, Mom's gonna want you to help with decorations.
Okay, yes. Well, I can definitely do that. Be good to see
Also,
her again.
it it would. There's. I hope y'all are hungry for the next few days because there's gonna be a lot of food.
Would expect nothing
That's
less.
just how we do parties. It's just a lot of food and drinking. Not for the little one, of course.
No.
I wouldn't start him off that young. Give him like another 5 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jarek is just glaring at her.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to wake up. You are allowed your time to rest and relax from traveling on the road. Uh, Vistra keeps topping off your drink, Lucy.
That's my
Um,
girl.
but eventually you see Jarek's parents come in, and Elias, always stoic, kind of just gives a nod of acknowledgement while Jarek's mom just looks over to you. Hi everyone, it's so nice to see you again. How are you doing? Are you comfortable? Did you offer them drinks? Do you need food?
We've got everything we need. They've both been wonderful hosts.
Amazing, dear. Okay, so now that you're all fed, you're gonna have to help me with the party, Roisin. Lucy and
Mm-hmm.
Anthony are going to help around as well. Who is this handsome fellow? She'll point to Jag, and he just kind of like awkwardly waves. You look like you're good with an axe. You're gonna be out chopping wood with Jarek for the next few days. He doesn't have a say in anything, so he just nods. Um,
Yeah, sorry,
and
this is it's Jack, that's Antony's
yeah.
nephew.
Ah, and where's Anthony? Who's this new fellow? He looks to
This is
Anthony.
She would have been to because Jarek knew about the changes. I imagine he would have
Mhm.
forewarned.
Oh, right, dear Anthony, you look different now. How are you doing? Do you need anything?
No, thank you. Just tell me what to do, and
Hmm. Are
uh,
you any good at cooking?
no.
I'll help with the cooking. It's all right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He should probably get sent out to chop wood with the others. He likes hitting things.
That's
That's very true.
perfect.
Sure. I'm gonna go chop wood. Yep, that's what I do. That's
Well, we need a lot of
renowned noun for in the world.
well, we need a lot of wood so we can stock up for the next few days, as well as we're giving away some wood to some people in town who can't chop their own wood, so make sure that they're warm for the next coming days. So there's a lot of wood to be chopped, okay? Um, but everyone, as put your stuff upstairs. There's a bedroom for you, and we're gonna start getting to work. Come on,
Okay,
it's gonna be a big party.
I'll go put my things into
hmm
Jarek's room, which I guess
Um,
is kind of my room when I'm here.
yeah, it's your room when you're here,
Mhm.
and you see that um, there's a spot that seems to be where Ash stays sometimes on the bed when he'll want to like sleep with Jarek.
Mhm.
Um, it's the one spot that's not made because he keeps just sleeping in it throughout the day.
She's gonna see
Um,
because there's the little blue bear that he sleeps with that
hmm
says the
It's
goodnight
just
message. She's just
yeah,
gonna pick it up and smell it because it tends to just smell of your child. You know those
yeah.
particular toys.
And you
And
can
just
see that it's well, even now it has a little bit of worn to it. It's been well loved.
mhm.
Um, but you go up, you settle your things. Um, but after you're all settled, let's see, what are we doing? Um, okay. Um, throughout the day, you will be sent to your various tasks. Lucy, you are um, partnered up with Viscra. She's not doing anything.
Lucy has something for them to do.
Yeah. Now the events that are going to occur will happen over the next 1 or 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout the day, Roisin, you are sent to the kitchen with
Mm.
Jack's mom to prep food that'll be cooked that day.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you have ever eaten Puerto Rican food, there's a lot of prep that you can do a few days before.
Mm-hmm.
But she will start telling you what to do and how to do certain things and what things are and how to place them. Um, but she'll look at you. It's like, so honey, are you how? I imagine you're so happy to be back with our little bluebird.
Yes, it's good to be here. It was
Mm-hmm.
nice having that week when they were over, of course, but I'm sure you understand. It's just nice to spend time being a mother.
Of course, dear. I mean, I have three. And she'll
Yeah.
kind of pat your cheek.
Mhm.
And like I said, whenever you want to stop by, catch a breather. This is your home. This home is your home as always. You're
Mhm.
my daughter.
Yeah, it's nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you too, dear. All we all talk about you when you're not here. Ash is always asking about you. But
Yeah. Well, I'm sure once things settle down, we'll get to do normal family things.
I'm sure you will.
Hmm.
It's good to be out and making the world a safer place, but
Mm.
sometimes you have to spend time with those you want to make it safe for.
Yes, I agree. I do agree. Have things been all right around here?
Yes, the situation we have back, we've seen is strange movements of animal, but nothing to be too worried about.
Okay.
Um, the the rock elementals have been fine. They haven't really bothered anyone, other than displacing the few spiders. But we took care of those.
That's good. I'm glad things are relatively normal here.
Hmm.
There's obviously lots of things going on around the world, so it's
Hmm.
comforting to know that some places are just normal.
Yeah, we haven't checked deeper into the woods, but whatever's there that usually doesn't tend to bother us much.
Hmm.
Let's
Well, that's good to know.
see. How have you been keeping up, dear?
Fine. Yes. I've started learning some new things.
Oh,
Yeah, making healing remedies and salves, and learned how to make poison.
well, that there's a use for everything.
There is, and it's all natural, of course. So, uh, it's useful for the endeavors we get up to as a group, at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to know that I can help them hit even harder.
It is.
Oh, I've
Mhm.
also got these, and I'm going to take out the insignia of the claws.
Oh, that's really gonna be really helpful.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but yes, it's going to make my animal forms much more ferocious, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And I've finally managed to adapt into learning the flight animals, so
I'm so
that's
proud of you, dear. She'll just give you this half mum hug.
yeah. Thank you. It's been nice to feel like I'm developing myself and getting stronger for what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm very proud. You should tell Ash about what you've learned so he can understand what you do better. I've taught
Mhm.
him a bit of what I do, but it's different. It changes from druid to druid.
Yeah.
Elias has been teaching him about what he does. Again, he doesn't talk much, but he loves that kid so much.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Uh, yes, I've been trying. I also started the conversation with him about meditation as well when he was over, so
Mm,
it'd be nice to help.
yes, yes.
I
It's
feel like
usually
I'm passing lessons on to him. It's the one thing that you
mm-hmm.
miss when you don't get to spend too much time with them.
It's very true. He might still be a little young, but I think if you start teaching him the concept of meditation,
Mm-hmm.
but it might be a little hard again to sit still.
Yes, well, we're getting there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's surprisingly bright for a 4-year-old, you know?
Oh, he is. He reminds me a lot of Ravi.
Mm.
Ravi was a little bit more quiet, but very, very bright. Drake was very loud, very adventurous. So it's a little bit mix of the two.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But here, try this, and she'll start like giving you things to try
Mm-hmm.
from the food. But you spend your time
Mm-hmm.
making food, cooking, prepping, all that stuff. Anthony, you are pushed like ushered to the back of the house as as Elias shows you, gives you all like wood chopping axes, and explains to those who hasn't, but everyone here, because you and Jack were both farm hands, and um, so you know how to chop down, and you see that he's not using live tree; it's mostly dead wood, that he's using. But as you're settled, with four people, you're gonna get a lot of wood chopped, and he's gonna tell you to eventually help go around town and giving away bundles to certain houses. But you start chopping. Me, I don't know. What are we gonna make? Strength check.
Hmm.
Make a strength check.
Seems appropriate.
Let's get some rolls up in this bitch.
Makes sense. His body's not entirely up to par yet.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
7. Okay, it you know the way you're supposed to do it. You know the right stance and everything. But with this new body, your strength, your like getting that core, it's a little bit harder. So it's a little bit more unknown to you. But so it takes you a few tries to uh sorry, I'm trying to open up some tabs here to get to. You see that Elias and Jarek, and usually in one swing they're able to split the smaller logs of wood. But it takes you a few tries. Let's see if Jack does any better. 15. He's not as good as Jarek and Elias, but he's able to get it. And so you spend the rest of the afternoon like that. And Jack just kind of looks at you. This is not what I was expecting to be put to hard work, but hey, good training.
It's think of it as you can do equations in your mind. That's what I did when I was younger.
I guess.
How do you think we got some of the stuff we got on the farm?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they have been going through some. I've been tinkering with a new box, and you would have remembered him like on the road, and when you had stopped in certain inns, him like taking out certain things and just playing around with them and reading up and making notes like he was just working throughout the week. Um, but you, it's you getting used to the new body, all right?
Uh, the calluses on my hand hurt a bit,
Yeah.
but he shows his bandaged hands. I went through it before, I can go through it again.
That's the spirit. Yeah, I had the same thing happen. My calluses weren't as as calloused because well, anywho, they got calloused up in the court thanks to Bryce. So he'll show you his hand. It looks like what your hand used to look like.
Mhm.
Um,
I'll take his hand and turn it over. Bryce did good.
yeah. Um,
You thanked them, right? I pat his cheek.
yeah, I thank them. Of course I did. Do you need any healing with your calluses? Make them heal over faster?
No. These calluses are going to see much more than wood chopping. It's good to let them heal naturally.
Okay. And he'll hand you off a new block of wood, and that's how you spend your afternoon because you have been put to work. And it's the four of you chopping wood. Eventually, as you're spending the day, shirts come off. It's sexy lumberjack time.
Occasionally, Rashina's going to peek out at her husband shirtless chopping wood. Not appreciatively.
Partway through the day, Ro gets a sending from Lucy that she has to come up to the bedroom immediately. She and Viskra need her right now.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'll head upstairs. What's the matter?
Lucy and Viskra are sitting in the window watching the guys down below chop wood. And she just passes the bottle to you.
Oh, thank you, dear.
We thought you needed a break.
Yes. It's quite the entertaining break, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you both, but obviously not looking at my dad and my brother, but that guy you brought in, Lucy, hey.
Lucy just nods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just drinking, just
Yeah.
There's no conversation that needs to be had. It's just one of those moments where you're just like, Google time.
Yeah. I'd be like, see, these are the moments that I miss regular contact with my husband the most.
Your old man here doesn't have a bad body either. Points to Anthony.
I know. He's technically not old anymore, I suppose.
No, he's still old.
Mouse body.
He's still
Old at heart.
Old
Yeah.
is a state of being.
It is.
more
It's a
than,
state of mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's an old curmudgeon.
Yes, he is. He's our old curmudgeon.
Mm-hmm.
Old in a new body, I'm not gonna complain.
I'm sure he'll appreciate the audience.
I'm gonna roll perception.
I'm just gonna tilt my head and be like, his wood chopping technique could do with an improvement, though.
I think he's getting used to aiming.
Yes, it's kind of like we see a deer that's just getting used to being on its legs again. Bless him.
I've rolled perception checks for them. Anthony, roll me a perception check.
That DC can be low. We're not being subtle.
I mean, my passive perception's high.
With passive perceptions, your passive is like what, 20?
21.
21. You kind of like get the sense that you're being watched, and you kind of look around, and if you when you look up, you see just the window open and just the three ladies there just drinking as they watch you all.
Lucy starts catcalling once she catches Anthony's eyes.
He'll just pause and say, "Stop teaching my robots bad habits."
I'm only teaching them the good comments. Scoops Soon up. Next time, you go and tell him this.
Freya just goes, honk.
As you are oogling the men, Jack and Jarek look up as well. Jarek gives you a really, what are those, like, grin, like himbo grins? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
And Jack kind of just winks over to you, Lucy, and then keeps going.
Or she'll just sit there and catcall him for a while.
Hmm.
It's fun.
There's one point where they start making comments back at you guys. So it's a really nice, relaxing, entertaining time. It's nice to just like have this sort of interaction of having fun and oogling hot men, as we do. Um, but eventually, as the days passed, let me see what I have here. Um, you are able to prep for this party. Roisin, Jarek's mom kind of takes you through what would be a how would they celebrate birthday parties, which they explain to you it's mostly just a celebration of who the person is. So there's going to be a lot of um, the food is not just like birthday cake, let's sing happy birthday, what is traditional in the real world, but a lot of food that that person likes, people that they like to spend time with them, um, and decorations, just that they like. It's their day to celebrate them and who they are. So a lot, a lot. She thinks that it's really cute if a lot of the decorations were like his drawings. But she tells you, why don't you talk to him, see what he likes. I've already prepped some food that I know he likes. That's what we've been doing. Visca's been baking, and you know that she comes in and out when you're not in the kitchen. She'll do her
Yeah.
baking, and she'll have Lucy with her, not even teaching her, but she's like, here,
Do this.
do this.
Yeah.
Um, but
Okay.
uh,
I'll
go ahead.
I'll thank her for that and say that I'll go and speak to him and that she's got something planned that she's
Mm-hmm.
gonna do this a special way of signifying the birthday and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
she'll doing that later. But she'll go find her boy.
Yes. Now, Lucy, you had something that you wanted to prep for, Ash?
Yeah, she's actually going to the night that they get there, she and Viscera will stay up late drinking and giggling and polishing off that bottle. And the next day while everyone's busy doing stuff, she'll take over watching Ash, and she'll invite Viscera and Jack to help watch him with her. But she's going to teach him how to make his own toy, but with an adult supervisor, because she knows that she does dangerous things. She'll take the glass bottle, clean it. Around the end, she'll wrap around the string that she bought, dose it with the rubbing alcohol, and then light it. And then once it's mostly burnt, she'll plunge it into some cold water to break off the end cleanly. She then takes a sock, puts it over that open end, and rubber bands it in place, and mixes some soapy water, and teaches him how to blow bubble snakes out of the bottom of the bottle. And tells him to be very careful with it, but she just makes him a bubble snake toy.
Oh, he's having the time of his life. While the others are getting ready to set up everything for the next day, you hear a lot of giggling and laughing from Ash as the room is just filled with bubble snakes. And he's having the time of his life with all this. You guys have been to those places that are just full of bubbles, even out on the street.
She would take
him.
him outside.
Yeah.
She won't do it in the house.
Oh, no.
She'll take
He
him outside
already
and do it.
started doing it in the house.
There's just a trail of bubble snakes leading outside.
Yeah. So eventually you take him outside. He's running around getting the bubble snakes out. And Viscera and Jack are with you. They helped you, clean everything off, make sure he was safe. But they're just like looking at him having the time of his life with a smile on their face. But eventually the day of the party arrives. And there's a few people that show up. Um, you see some of Ash's friends. There's like a bunch more little kids coming in, and he's super excited. And he takes you, Roshi. He's like, Mom, look, these are my friends. These are my friends. And he'll start like naming them, and they're just like, hi.
Yeah, I'll just get down on the ground so that I'm on their level and just speak to them all. And there's a certain way of speaking to kids that are that age, so
Mhm.
she'll be getting to know them all.
Mhm. Um, as you see people arriving, um, it's kind of like the like people start to arrive and it's still not in
Mhm.
full swing. But Jarek takes you to the side, um, and asks you, he's like, I prepared a song for him. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, of course.
Now you gotta let me know if it's bad.
All right. I'll aim for constructive criticism if it's needed.
Okay. He will take you to the room and he'll start playing the song that he wrote for Ash for his birthday. And it has like, like kids kind of like nice upbeat tune, but it's a very sweet song um that he plays. It's in Elvish, which to me Elvish is Spanish. So
Mhm.
Wood Elvish is just Puerto Rican Spanish because the Wood Elves are Puerto Rican in this world that I've made.
Mhm.
But he plays you the song, um, and he, as the last snow floats off, he asks you, "So, what do you think?"
I think it's perfect. You always get just the right mood in your songs. I've always liked them.
Guys, I have great muses. He'll give you like one of those grins and pulls you over for a hug and a kiss. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
Nervous.
excited for the party.
You're nervous. You get a little twitch in your eye when you're nervous.
uh, sure, yeah. Um, I just want it to be perfect, you know? It's the first time that I'm getting to celebrate his birthday, so
I know. As
want
long
it.
as you're here, I think you'll be happy with anything.
Well, I know. I just feel like it ought to be memorable, you know, and I'm not. It'll be fine. He always seems so happy, I'm sure. Whatever's going on, he'll be more than pleased.
He will be. Like I said, he's just happy that you're here.
Hmm.
He's more excited about that.
Mm. Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
I'll give you like a very sweet kiss.
Hmm.
Now, I'm gonna go wrangle the kids. You stay here, relax for a moment, take a deep breath.
Okay. I'll meditate a little.
You do that.
Yes.
um,
I plan on spending most of the time with the little ones, so I think I'm going to need this moment of calm.
it'll be the last calm moment for the day.
Yes, as it should be. Thank
Give
you.
you anytime.
Mm.
He'll give you a really sweet kiss on the temple. As he walks out. Lucy, what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm
Okay.
behaving myself.
um, you see, wherever you are, I'm gonna assume you're still with this girl. I'll show you guys are girl talking. Jarek's gonna walk up to you. Listen, can I talk to you for a moment?
I didn't do it.
He just raises an eyebrow at you.
Sorry. Reflex. What?
I was wondering if you might wanna talk to Ro. I think she's feeling nervous. I don't think anything I say is gonna help her. Maybe, a woman to woman talk, or he just gets to look. I guess now mother to daughter talk.
Lucy's just giving him a look at, like, I don't... Okay, fine. Where is she?
Am I your stepfather now?
I don't... Please stop. She'll go find Ro.
Oh god. He just has a little, she's over there. He'll point to a room.
She'll come in there with a drink from one of her many whiskey bottles and just plop it down. Jarek's worried about you. He sent me in here to talk.
Oh. All right. Do you want to?
If you need me to, I can. I don't know what to say.
Okay. Oh, well. I'm not going to make you do anything that you don't want to do, but...
All right. Would you like a drink?
Yeah.
She'll pour a glass for Ro.
Thank you. I guess I'm just overthinking about today. I've not done this before.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, neither have I. So, you're not alone.
Well, as someone who's never been able to throw a birthday party for their child, and someone who's never had a parent throw them a birthday party, do you think we could help each other through today?
Sure. What do you need me to do?
Well, if it were you having your birthday being celebrated for the first time, what would you want out of the day?
I have no idea. Annie used to steal caramel apples and we'd eat them on the roof. That's what we did for her birthday. Could do that. I don't know where the caramel apples are in town, but I'm sure I could find some. I'll help you get on the roof. It won't be a problem.
Yeah, I guess we could. Okay. I just want to make sure it's something that he remembers. He's old enough to remember them now, after all, and I want this one to feel special.
I'm sure it will. And you'll have many more with him afterwards, so you can make each one more special than the next. He doesn't really seem to care about anything other than you being here, though, so I think that you're the main event.
Well, that's good. So you don't have anything you would want if it was yours?
Lucy just shrugged. She has no context for what a birthday party is. This is her first one, so she doesn't even know what to ask for.
All right. Well,
Welcome, Raiders.
Thank
Thank you, Afton TV. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome.
Oh my god.
Well, thank you anyway.
Do you want me to send Anthony in? He has a large family. I'm sure he's celebrated lots of birthdays. He might be better help.
I know. I just thought. Like, he's got the context of having had a loving family around him all his life. So, it's not the same. I thought perhaps as we haven't, I've never had parents celebrate mine either, that we could think of something together that would make it special. How we want to do it. Now that we're family.
He's your brother now.
He's your brother, yeah.
Well, what would you want?
Something special, personal, not flashy, not, lots of money spent on me and everything. But I've done this, and I'm going to pull out a really small carving. It's a little ash tree made of ash wood, which, thematic, but I spoke to the tree while we were traveling. It was one of the things I did when I hopped off the road, and I took a branch that was exactly 4 years old and made it. And I thought, there are no traditions back on my island for parents to celebrate the birth of children. So I wanted to start one and then bring it home with me eventually, or try to encourage people to do it. And something that is the exact age that's made for you by a parent seemed, I don't know, is it too cheesy? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure that he'll get it, but I think it's nice.
Well, something you appreciate as he gets older. I'm sure anything would make him happy, but...
I made him happy with a glass bottle and bubbles yesterday. I don't think his standards are very high right now.
No.
I apologize to your mother-in-law for that. Sorry. Next time I'll give him the bubbles outside.
She raised Jarek. I'm sure she'll... Patience for that sort of thing is fine. Plus, it's a household of druids mostly, so, it's, it's fine. Well, I've done it anyway, and I'm gonna hopefully have that be something to start doing each year.
All right.
Good talk.
She'll give Ro a kiss on the cheek and top her glass off.
Her form of self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, as your conversation comes to an end, the party now is in full swing. Rashina, as you come out, you notice there's a few more people. There's actually Anthony, you would have been out there, so you'd have noticed people coming in. First, you notice Feanor has come. He knocks on the door and says, "Hi, I hope this is the right house."
I'll just pull him in and kiss him and say,
Yeah.
"Sorry, we're down the street." Just pat his cheek.
He'll give you a kiss back. How are you, dear?
I've chopped 4 cords of wood yesterday and delivered 5. I don't know where the 5th cord of wood came from, but not from me.
Oh, I'm so sad I missed that.
Me too.
Did anybody saw? I need them to give me a play-by-play.
Lucy, Ro, the kids, point to Soon and Freya.
Hmm.
Vishra.
Soon just displays a message that says, "Swing that axe harder, big boy."
Mm.
I can't delete it from his banks. I've tried.
I'm gonna assume that was our dear Lucy.
Yes.
All right. Well, introduce me to people.
Pull him in. Introduce him to Viskra, the parents. He knows Ash and Jarek.
Mm-hmm. He says hi to them and does a little that hug and kiss you give a little kid. And he introduces himself as your husband because you're married now. Um, he ends up talking with Jarek's mom the most talkative. But as you come down, Roisin, you notice there's a flash of light outside, and you hear a voice on your message here. He's like, Roisin, dear, I think I have the right house, but I'm not sure.
Okay,
It's your
I'll go
father.
open. Oh, I'll go open the door and just. Hi.
Hi.
Really glad you can make it.
Of course, I brought a surprise.
Oh.
And he'll kind of like motion from like the side of the house, and you see Bryn and Ravi just.
Oh. She'll get very excited and go and
Yeah.
just give Bryn the biggest hug. With
He
some
does
little
that-
like happy tears in her eyes.
He does that thing where he hugs you really tightly, picks you up, and spins you.
Mm.
Mhm.
Hi, dear.
Hello. How
It's
are
so good to
you?
see you. I'm fine. I'm good.
I've missed you. You still smell like you. A little bit more sweat, but you know.
Hey, I'm nervous. Shut up.
Mhm.
Give him a shove.
And you see Ravi to the side. He's a little
Mm.
nervous because it's the first time seeing his parents in such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, do they know I'm? Well, you didn't know, but are they?
didn't.
How are they before?
They're doing really well. They're going to be so happy to see you. And I'll give him a big hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll go in with you if you like.
Yeah. He'll go in, and as you walk in, you don't notice. They don't notice at first, but Elias does notice, and he puts down what he's doing, and just in a quiet mode, just goes and hugs Ravi, like a big hug. And you just hear Jack's mom just like, my boy. And there's just a big family hug.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
I'll
go
step
sit
back and
there.
let them
Yeah.
do like the
The
reunion
whole
thing, and I'll go
family,
over
yeah.
and I'll do that. You know that side hug in thing you do with I'll
Mm-hmm.
hug
Mm-hmm.
Aiden, my dad.
Yeah, your father.
Yeah.
You see Bryn lets them have their moment before he starts talking to them.
Mm.
It is a very like, hey, I haven't seen you in like however many years. This is my boyfriend. But Eden stands with you. So, where's my grandson?
Come on, I'll show you. And I'll take him by the hand and lead him out back where the kids are probably going a bit wild. I'm gonna say, Ash, darling.
He like stops what he's doing. Um, he's like, "What, mom?"
Come. I've got someone to introduce you to.
He bounds over to you. Um,
And I'll pick him up so that he's at a good height for it and just say, this is your other grandfather.
he does that kind of little shy kid thing where he kind of like nuzzles into you and just waves. Um, and you see Aiden has a very big, happy smile. Um, and he talks softly with Ash, introduces himself. Um, and he says that Ash says to you, Mom, I've seen him around the island before.
I know. Um, Yes, well, now he gets to be your grandfather properly. Although
Okay.
he still lives back on the island, so you won't see him all the time, but
He makes to go and have Aiden pick him up. And Aiden has the brightest smile on his face, and he picks him up. And Ash is like, "Did you bring me a present? It's my birthday. Did you know it was my birthday? Are you here for my birthday?" And they
um
have this back and forth conversation.
mhm. um tell you what, why don't you both come with me? And I'll go. And I imagine there's a stretch of this garden that kind of leads out into the more wooded areas.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of sit down. Because she wants Aiden to see it and hear the explanation. So, Mummy's got you lots of birthday presents, darling. But I
He
have
just has
one.
a big smile.
I know. And you'll get them all soon when it's present time. But I'm going to give you a special one just now, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I take out, and it's a little like necklace. It's on a rope cord so that it's easy, it's softer and it's easier, and it'll wear and tear a little easier than other things. With the little carved tree on it. Now this is very special because this bit of wood is a little ash tree, and it is exactly the same age you are.
We're the same age.
You are the same age.
He'll take it.
I'll help put it on.
Now, he kind of just plays with it as kids do.
Now you know that Mummy and Daddy and everyone is happy for you to do all sorts of things, but it's important, as you know, that your mum and your dad and your grandparents and everyone, we're all very connected with nature. So I want you to have this tree just let you know how connected you are.
Okay.
To everything around you.
Can I just press it to his cheek? Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to look to Aiden and hope that he understands what I'm doing with it.
He does. And he gives you a very, like an understanding, very bright, happy smile. That's really good.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. So that I was trying to find something that felt special that can be done every year, and I'm going to be trying to encourage others to do the same.
I think that'll be good. A little tradition. Now, let's go get this one back to playing with the other kid. He's getting restless.
Yes, okay. I'll head back.
As you're heading back, you, Anthony, Fanner's with you, and Lucy, as you come in, you see Feanor, and he gives you a smile and waves you over.
She'll go over and give him a hug.
Darling daughter, I brought you someone.
Who?
He has a bag with him, and he just opens it, and it's just a sleeping peanut.
She lets out a very uncharacteristic squeal and pulls that dog out of the bag and just starts kissing him. Yeah.
He's very happy. He's doing that butt wiggle. The whole body butt wiggle. And Fanner's with you, and he has an arm around you, looking at Lucy. That's our daughter.
I'll lean into him. That she is. Kiss his cheek and just kind of hold him close and say, well, there's lots of food in the kitchen. I learned how to make noodles.
That's an achievement.
Apparently there's a special way to make noodles.
Did he tell you that he chopped wood yesterday?
He did. You have to give me a play-by-play. I'm so sad I missed it.
I will later.
Nobody needs it. Anyways.
I do.
You know I will. Later.
You know, you can shop wood privately for me later.
Yes. But yes, there are children, and I want to be much more than what I'm saying, but there are
Like,
children.
we're away
and-
from the children. See, Roshin's taking care of her child, and the rest of the
Oh, are
children.
you referring to me? I'll go ahead and leave. I'm gonna go introduce the kids to Peanut. Lucy just gives Fëanor a wink and walks away towards the kids with her dog.
I miss this.
Me too. I was thinking I could make my way to Barry with you.
That would be perfect. Jack and we've been discussing a lot of things, and I got a letter that I think you should read.
All right.
But later. Today's a happy day.
That has me worried.
It's not bad, but
Your definition of not bad and my definition of not bad are two different things.
just remember, I will always be yours.
See, this just makes me feel worse. I don't
I
think
got-
you're making this any better.
I got accepted into the Academy of the Sciences. No, if I only. They rejected my last 3 applications. Too explosive, they said.
Dear, you are your own Academy of Science.
Thank you. I've been telling myself that for years. Anyways.
Well, you're not wrong. He just gives you a kiss.
Tomorrow.
Today's a fun day. And before Lucy heads out as this is happening, Jarek joins you, Roshin, in the back with Aiden. Is just looking over the children. And gives you a happy smile and a kiss. This is nice.
Yes, it is.
I'm happy to have you here for this.
Me too. I've gotten so many presents, Jarek.
See,
I got him a
setting
really
up
pricey one, but it's
expectation-
so
oh,
wonderful.
No.
It's so good.
You know
though.
you're gonna have to like double that next
I
year,
don't
right?
care. I made
Okay.
most of them.
Okay, well that's not too bad.
He's going to learn about color theory and coordination with shapes.
Okay.
I can't be there to teach him many lessons, but I want to help with the ones that I can.
You will. Now
Um,
it's.
No, what were you
Go
going to
ahead.
say?
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to check. I'm sure you might. Well, I don't know if you're interested, Jarek. And she'll look to Aiden. Is everything all right with the islands?
Yes, so far. We've been helping with certain situations, but so far things are good. Change is happening slowly, but it's happening. It takes a bit getting used to.
Yeah.
A good change is me being able to bring Ravi and Bryn over. And you see, they're still like huddled with the family because, mind you, this is a child they haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take up their time. But it's happening.
Okay.
We're opening our island more, letting people come in, and I mean, they were always free to leave whenever they wish, but
Yeah.
letting people know that does not have to be a permanent home. It can be temporary, a place of respite. And slowly but surely, we're getting there. Thanks to you.
Good. Haven't really been able to use my role for much yet, but I'm glad that change is happening.
It is. Next time you come over, I have a treat for you.
Oh. Yes, I'm not sure when we'll be back, but I look forward to that.
In the background, you hear Jarek's like, "No, Timmy, no!" as there another little kid just sticking a branch in their mouth. It's like, no,
okay.
no. He's like wrangling the kids. At this point, Lucy comes out with Peanut.
Yeah. I'll let her distract all of the kids and just kind of pull Jarek away and say, like, it's okay, dear.
No, he can't put. Oh, God. Okay.
It's okay. The puppy is about to distract them all. It's all right.
Okay. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you'll have this nice, in the midst of everything, this cult, these tasks that you've had. This is a nice moment to remind you of the people that are close to you, the family you've made, the friends you've made along the way. Some of you gotten married, others gotten adopted. Um, Others have made friends. You get to incorporate your old life with your new life as people from your island, Bryn and Robbie come here, and your new partner, Anthony Fanor, comes in, and Lucy with the people around you, with friends you've made. The party goes on. Jarek gathers everyone for the song that he wrote for Ash. It's a nice, happy tune, um, and the kids are all entertained. Um, and eventually, we get to the gift giving part of this situation, and I believe you all had gifts for Ash. So why don't we start? We'll leave the best for last. We'll leave his mom's gifts for last. Anthony, you had made something for him.
Yes, Anthony had knitted a blue vest with silver trimming with a silver bird with splayed wings on the back of the vest, and also made a little hat he could wear with the flappy ear things he could tie under his chin so he wouldn't lose his hat and keep his ears warm. He'll give those and say, "You don't need to wear them all the time, it's not winter yet. Wear them in the winter, please."
He's like, I love them. He's already in them.
He's gonna ruin those like he'd ruin the gloves. Yes, that's fine.
Mom, look at my floppy hat. He's just like flapping them.
You look darling.
And it's blue. It matches you and matches me. And he gives you, Anthony, a big hug. He's like, thank you. And he does that thing where he's like squeezes like around your neck.
Yeah. I'll just hug him gently and then turn him around, sit him on the lap. Now, your Auntie Lucy has something. Try to gently shove him towards Lucy.
Is it another bubble snake maker?
No, that one is one of a kind until you're old enough to make your own. But Jack has something that he made for you. It was my idea.
Jack comes in with a smile. It's like, and explains to Ash, "We made you this bracelet." And he's like, "You know how you could talk to Peanut with Auntie Lucy's ring?" And he's like, "Yeah, I remember." He's like, "Well, this bracelet will let you do that with whatever animal you want." And he's like, "Oh, Auntie Lucy, I'm just like you."
You're gonna be just like your mom.
Mama, I can talk to you when you're in bear form.
Yes, you can. Until you're old enough to turn into your own bear.
He just gives like the biggest gas with wide eyes.
Lucy leans down and whispers in his ear, "Later, let's go find some earthworms and talk to them."
And snails. Remember the snails.
The snails. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Jack gently ties it around. It is a it has like a little placard, but it's made out of braided rope. It's one of those that you can make bigger, like so as he grows, it can grow with him. But he's super excited, and he pulls you both down and gives you that like 2-person hug to both you and Jack.
She gives him a big auntie kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
The kind that just like smushes your face.
Yeah. Jack ruffles his hair, and he's like, "Thank you, Auntie Lucy. Thank you, Uncle Jack." And Jack is just like, "Oh, okay." And then Rasheen, what are your gifts for your child?
Okay, so she, and I will put pictures up because the pictures really sell it into the Discord for anyone who wants to come and join the Discord. Um, so she has a few things that she's made and things that she's bought. She has a little basket that has beautiful carved and painted mushrooms, unlike so that he can kind of play around with those. And a set that looks like a little river with trees, so that he can start to like play with things and do the whole thing. Because like at that age, it is the perfect time for having toys talking to each other. Um, so she got him those. She got him this really nice puzzle that has pieces. So like there's one that's shaped like a rabbit, and there's a squirrel, and there's a little horse, and they all fit perfectly into each other if you get the shapes right. Um, and color theory wheel where he can put the shapes, and he has to put the things that are like the closest color together, and it makes this really beautiful rainbow. And he can mess around and make his own shapes out of them as well. And some mice that stack on top of each other, like they're holding each other on top of cheese.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So she's made those things. There's a little basket of like knitted woolen vegetables and food, and like a little kitchen set, so he can pretend like he's like cooking proper meals in a kitchen. And a wooden sort of like handheld thing, but it could be a bangle that has bells on it, and then like rainbow colored ribbon that comes off of it, so that you can shake it around and make wonderful 4-year-old noise in the household. She's gonna smirk at Jarek when she gives him that. Um, and then she has two other things. She got him one of the snuggle beasts, which is a magic item in one of the documents that you have. She got the unicorn one, and because it's a magic item, it won't do the same wear and tear that normal stuffed toys do. And eventually it will have a magical effect that he can get the benefit of. As a 4-year-old, it's not going to be necessary. But if he was to hurt himself and scrape his knee and he fell asleep with the snuggle beast, it would heal him.
Aww.
Yeah. So it's something that will help heal his boo-boos when he gets them, so that his mama can be giving him some healing from a distance. Oh. And then the last thing is if you're okay with it, because it was one of the things I was going to budget into the cost, is something that sort of sits like a gem almost, that sits within the wood of his necklace. And she'll explain to him that it will let him cast his own sending to her when he needs to. So it's sort of like a little sending stone thing.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So that whenever he feels he needs to, he can speak to her.
That's adorable, and I love it. I approve this. He is overwhelmed by the amount of presents that you're giving him, and he has just the that cheek hurting smile on his face, and he gives you a big hug, and lots of kisses. And as he starts unwrapping these presents, like the puzzle ones, he was like, "I'm gonna go do them with my friends now." And he brings it. He's like, "Guys!" Like carrying a bunch of them. And you see just a gaggle of kids sitting around as they're playing with the puzzles. And yeah, they're just having fun. You see some playing with the mouse and trying to get them to stay stacked and not fall over. The other are making shapes with the colored ethereal one. And you see just scattered wooden animals, and they're trying to put them together in the same in like the one circle so that get them to fit. But yeah, it's a very lovely end to this party, and like I said, it's a good respite of family and friends coming together for a child, and reminding everyone of what you've gotten, what you've been able to achieve, to let you know just you're not just these are the people you're doing this for, to keep people safe, not just yourselves and your goals, but this is what you've gathered, what you've been able to achieve personally, the people that you love and care for. And there's there's lots of food going around, very delicious. There's pastelón, there's pasteles, there's bacalaito, there's like a cod fritter that's really good that Jarek's mom keeps just popping off as people want them. There's a lot of like plantain-based food, rice, really nice roasted, like full-on roasted pig in the backyard where they're just churning it on the spit. Um, it's a lot of food, it's a lot of fun, a lot of friends, and a good time. Um, and it's just heartwarming.
Mm.
Um, Eventually the day comes to a close, and you're able to spend that one more night there. If there's any last minute things you would like to do before we go to break, or people you wish to talk to.
Mm, no, she'll be spending time with Ash until he eventually gets some
Tuckered
sleepy
out.
times.
Yeah.
And then just sit with everyone. Feel happy
All
to
warm
have
and
her family
cozy.
around her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Like once the kids are off, the adults are drinking now and talking, um, and getting to know Feanor and your father, as well as
Mm-hmm.
Bryn and Ravi. They've been kind of like swept into seeing this family again. Bryn being introduced, getting to know them.
Yeah.
Um, but and Anthony, do you have something that you'd like to do?
And after talking to the family, talking to like Derek and all that, I'll dismiss myself to go upstairs and kiss Vanor's cheek before I go upstairs and kind of sit down in bed, rummaging around for a mirror, and just kind of call Lucy over the sending earring.
I was muted. She'll come up. You needed me.
Yeah, can you hold this again?
Mm-hmm.
Take off my shirt, and he uses disguise self to turn back into his old self and looks at the mirror and says, the big one or the small one today?
Small one.
Yeah, the big one. Think we have to
Work up to it?
Yeah, it's, yeah, you're right. The smaller scars on his left side of his back start to fade away, and he just kind of sighs and relaxes his shoulder a bit. That feels better. I know they're not there, but it's good to see them go.
She'll nod. I mean, if it helps, it helps.
It does. It does. I didn't realize how much tension I was holding in my right leg because of the scar there until I made it go away.
Maybe you should ask your husband for a massage later. That might help.
I'm sure he would love that. He takes the mirror and just kisses her cheek and pulls on his shirt again. Come on, I want some more of that cider downstairs. I had cinnamon, I think, in it.
You might want to change back before you have to reintroduce yourself to everyone.
Oh, right. He turns back into his drow self. I'm not the other me anymore.
I mean, you're still the same you. Just different
I'm
body.
handsomer.
No, you looked better before.
He just giggles and laughs.
Lips, hair.
Yeah. He'll come downstairs and kiss Ro on the cheek and grab some more cider. Look for some nutmeg and put some nutmeg in the cider.
Yeah, there's like little spices set out for that. It's a nice warm cider. It's really good. As the night comes down, Yoshine, you settle down with your husband and child, and Drake looks to you with a very happy smile. I'm glad you could make it. It wouldn't have been the same without you. And your eyes stop twitching, so you're not nervous anymore.
No, I'm feeling much better now.
I'm glad.
Yeah, you bring me a lot of comfort.
Gives you a warm smile and hugs you closer. There's your child's on the bed,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like a big family cuddle. This makes me very happy. And I can't wait for us to be able to do this every night.
Me too.
I'll give you a very sweet kiss. And as the night comes to an end, we'll take a break there. As after the break, we'll set off to Lumberry with a few people. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, so go grab a drink, grab a friend, grab a snack, even though you're a snack. And we'll be right back.
Bye! Hello, everybody. We back.
Hello. We're back, and the next day, you say your goodbyes and you set off with your current party. Lucy and Jack are going to be setting off ahead, I believe.
Yep, Lucy and Jack are setting off ahead of time, and a changeling has joined the party with the other two. Just getting
Yeah,
ready to set up Jack with his alibi, so he's not branded a traitor.
yeah. Shadow, the other changeling, is going to meet the group entirely in the inn outside of Yara. So once that second group leaves, you will be making your way there with this new changeling.
So it's me, Anthony, and a changeling.
And
Fëanor.
Fëanor.
So Fëanor's with us, not you guys. Okay.
Yeah. It's about another week or so's travel. Let me open up my map. It's about another week or so's travel. Week and a half. To make it to Loonberry. As you I'm gonna do a few moments before we get there. Um, with there was I had things in my head and I didn't write them down. To get mistake number one. But as you pass by, you do see there's the Dragonfly Lake to your left. It's a rather uneventful trip. You see merchants and others making their way through the road. But we will say maybe about halfway through the journey, Lucy and Jack, you will settle down to make camp again. Um, and he will look to you and ask you, are you comfortable with doing this?
Fine with it. It's part of my job.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Are you comfortable with doing this?
Oh, I don't know. I'm mostly uncomfortable doing most things.
Do you want to use my sending earring to talk to Ro about it?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Her hood comes down. What do you think of this face? I've been working on it. And it is a dark-skinned human with like honey brown eyes and like medium length brown hair. It's a very like pretty but forgettable face. Like it could just be a face out in a crowd. It's not someone that would be too memorable. I didn't think it would stand out too much.
I mean, he'll kind of like look to you like, well, if you do this, and like he'll kind of tell you, like like darker hair, like, and change certain features. It's in the end you look like almost like an olive skinned woman with thick eyebrows, dark wavy hair, and dark eyes with a very soft smile. His lips that make a soft smile. There.
All right.
Do
you want to pick a name? I can't use my own.
Oh, that's now it's just even stranger.
Welcome to what I do in every new town.
Liliana.
Okay. She like pulls out a notebook and starts jotting down notes.
Lily for short.
Where'd you meet Liliana?
Oh, ugh.
In a workshop.
In a workshop over in the lakes. Your dad owned a tinkering shop. I stopped by. I met you there. Um, we got to talking, and I stayed.
All right. She'll write all that down.
Mm-hmm.
That should be enough. Try not to add too much detail. It's too hard to remember. The more truth you can add to it without making it sound like a lie, the better.
Right.
Technically, we did meet in a workshop. Just not
did.
one where you said it was.
Right. So,
Should
like
be,
relationship.
should be plenty to hold up under a truth circle. But if Shadow and I do our jobs right, you'll never be in one.
Perfect.
She seems very chipper. Like, this is what I know.
It's interesting seeing you in this work mode.
What do you mean?
You're very efficient. Very to the point. I like it.
All right.
So he's like putting up the fire. You know that talk we had back at court?
Mm-hmm. 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
She's still writing in the notes like, Anthony, are we telling your family that we're planning on killing you, or do I have to hide it from your sister?
Well, that's kind of an awkward conversation to have at night, but no, please do not tell Tessa that you're planning to kill me until I tell her we're planning to kill me.
Right. Going to lie to Tessa about who I am until you tell her what we're doing. Excellent. Ends the call.
You just hear, Tessa's just a scary lady and I don't want you to, know.
She is not scary. She is absolutely lovely. I think she's wonderful in the way that she pushes you around. And also, you do understand that I'm going to be staying in her house. Well, I'm waiting for you to get there over the next week.
She's a scary lady, Lucy.
She's only scared of you. You hear Fanor in the background.
Ends the call. I don't understand why your uncle is so so scared of your mother. What were you saying?
I was just saying. Oh, so you know how it has come to my attention that we may have both been very confused as to what was going on in that conversation we had about an actual relationship.
Well, it was a rather awkward conversation, but I just assumed it was just you being you.
Yes, I am in fact very awkward. Yes. The point I was trying to make is I understand now that you don't really have a concept for what a relationship is. Okay.
Continue.
Lucy, I like you. I like spending my time with you. I like going out with you, and I liked kissing you and being with you. And I would like to keep doing that. I would like to be in a relationship with you, which would mean I wouldn't be with anybody else.
All right.
But I don't know if you want the same thing. It's like when we went out, like the time we spent together, but we don't go out with other people. We, in a way, for as long as you want, commit ourselves to the other.
Can I think about it?
Yes.
All right. She goes back to writing in the book.
He goes back to building the fire. He's like, oh god. Right.
If you're building it like that, not enough oxygen's going to get to it.
I know how to build a fire.
Mm-hmm. Not a very good one.
It just keeps changes the fire.
We can end on them there.
Mm-hmm. Eventually. Is there anything that you other two would like to talk about with the two NPCs or between yourselves before we get to Lumbe? Because you have Shadow and Fanor with you, and then there's the two of you.
I'll turn to Fenor and say, then turn to the group. Shadow, you can't. Well, yeah, why not? You're here.
Yes, I am.
So, there is somebody I like working with because their mind is quite brilliant.
Shadow leans into Roshin. This is where he tells us he's leaving Fanor for somebody else.
No, but I know exactly who he's talking about already, so
Oh, okay.
this will be good.
Oh,
Sit
okay.
back.
Yeah, they both sit back.
Lucy's gonna be so mad she missed this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Fanor looks at you. Uh-huh.
He pulls out the letter. He wrote to me.
Fanor takes the letter and reads it. Well, according to the context, you wrote to him first.
I did,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because I honor. He has a right to know the contract was terminated.
And also a right to be offered a new contract.
I did not offer a new contract.
You offered a new deal.
A new deal, not a new contract.
Different words, same meaning. You know this.
We could go so far. I understand, but I wanted to let you know.
After you'd written the letter.
I've written out several letters.
Right. Well, I can't stop you from doing what you want, but this is what I meant when we talked and you said you wanted children.
This was before the talk, but yes.
Yes, but this is what I meant. Do you want to dedicate yourself entirely to your work and this person? You have years of life that you're going to keep wanting to get to know the truth and new scientific searches, and I'm fine with that. But at one point, whenever you do want children, they're going to be taking up most of your time. And you have to be alright with giving up certain things in your life.
I understand. That's why I want to talk about this.
Alright, talk.
He doesn't need to work with me, but Thomas has a brilliant mind. We need these advancements. They don't have to be with me. I don't need to be a footnote in history. But we do need these advancements because it is an advancement for all of us. I can't deny that.
Have you let him know that it's not you he's going to be working with? Because he seems to think that it is you he will be working with.
No, that's why I want to talk about it. I want suggestions because Thomas is great. I'm not bad. But if there's another brilliant mind out there, not Jack, I would like to hear it because these are great, important things.
Perhaps. And I look between the two of them, seeing the look on Feanor's face. This could have been a conversation before the first letter.
Perhaps. But it is a conversation now.
It is a conversation now. And you see Shadow's just like, with trail mix, like, quiet. Offers Roshin some trail mix.
I'll have some.
I understand the value in working with someone like this. I do. But you can't you can't practice plans without telling the people you're involving. Have you spoken to Thomas about this at all?
No, this is why I want to talk about it. I need to know who to approach. Who's going to be on our side when things start developing? This is an arms race in technology. You understand that, of course.
I do. Trust me, I do. I have been part of creating different a new technology for the Twilight Court. And I
Then you,
understand the need to bring that. I do.
do we give Kalish this technology or do we give the Twilight Court this technology? Who is going to advance our peoples? Because he's willing to work with anyone as long as they have a sharp mind.
And you're sure about that?
Would the
What
safe
I know about this Lord of the Black Mountains is his greed is not in coin, it's in knowledge.
could it perhaps be a more positive solution to have a representative from each of the nations working together so that it doesn't feel like an arms race?
Possible.
You don't want to create and stoke more rivalries than is already there. Surely working together and bridging for peace is an important thing.
That's a possibility, but in the end, I'm guessing you only choose one apprentice, not two.
Also, there has been no talk of further peace between the two continents.
How did that stall?
Well, the lady's representative has been quite busy. As in, it's Lucy.
Ah, we've stalled it.
We set up talks for it, but never set up a date. Or where, or when.
All right, that's a point we can circle back to later. But we can't let these things go to somebody who will.
My opinion will be biased. I say if you have to pick between the two, you pick the Twilight Court. This country has had a problem with greed.
Of course.
Someone neutral to both could be Jack.
Not Jack.
Why not Jack but it's okay for you?
Jack's too involved with things, and he wouldn't be appealing to the Mountain Lord.
I think we all know what's appealing to him, Anthony.
Knowledge is appealing to him. Physical form is secondary.
I don't think it's your physical form necessarily. But
Jack would technically be a good option that someone born in Kalish works in the Twilight Court is just as sharp as you are, but I'm not making decisions for him.
Jax has no experience with dragons. He barely has experience in court. We would be literally throwing him into lava.
It's gotta start somewhere.
I'd rather not feed my nephew to the lions directly.
So are you willing to feed yourself?
Because I know how to avoid this pitfall.
I presume Thomas would as well.
And we would get Thomas out of the Queen's Court.
My only fear is that, Thomas is just as excitable, and things may go too far in whatever they create.
Going too far is one thing, but not going far enough is another.
you realize that you're... How do you know this lord, this green dragon, is going to share the technology that he builds?
It can be part of the negotiations.
And if he says no?
Then we walk away. We withhold things that he wants.
He'll just let you walk away after breaking a contract with him.
You negotiate first.
Dragons aren't bound to the contracts and deals they make like fae and devils are. They will not think twice to stab you in the back.
It seems to me you've already made your mind up, Anthony, because you're finding every excuse not to do anyone else but you.
I don't want it. I want the advancement of peoples. Thomas would be a good fit. Jack's just too inexperienced. That's why I don't want him in there. Thomas has years above him.
When is this set to start?
We didn't talk about that.
So perhaps leave it till he is more experienced. I mean, if it's going to be long enough that you're able to work with us in what we're doing, then it's a chance to get Jack prepared.
You think... There are other ways to get the knowledge that you seek. Other people.
True. But how many of them have access to a ley line?
That is true.
He is brilliant.
I think that is an opportunity, a very delicate opportunity that we have. And we will have to think about it. I think there are many options we can send in there. Thomas, you, Jack, even Asha.
Asha.
Yes.
Let's send Asha.
This is not something we can just decide on our own. This is something that
Of course, we will talk to her, naturally, but Asha would be everything he despises and adores in a scientist. You'll love it.
Then it is something we can bring up to my lady and Asha as a possibility.
But I did want to talk about this with everyone. I don't want to go back to the dragon. As much as I would like to talk to him, he's not good for me. He'll lead me astray, of course, because the promise of technology is tempting.
And you do know then that this technology would go first to the Twilight Court. And you bring this into college.
I think it's time for the Twilight Court to flex the fact they know how to use technology that is not made by Kalish.
Dear, you haven't seen the technology they've had yet.
No. But it's a good point to put forward.
This reason there was a peace brokered before the war got too far. The court has enough technology to have college bend a knee. I'm not saying that to flex that power. I'm speaking truthfully.
Then let us use this chance to show that Kalish and the Twilight Court can work in harmony.
it is something that we'll have to have more talks about.
Thank you for your counsel in regards to this. I know it's not easy.
No, but it is something that we need to talk about. And you know that I get, like I said, I can't stop you, but I am not comfortable sending you there for many reasons, despite personal ones.
I wouldn't have gone there. I just simply wished to have understood where and what you wanted. Now I know. It was a gambit on my part.
You and your gambles.
It paid off very well so far.
Then prepare yourself for the day that you don't.
Oh, I expect that will be with the Warforged when it tries to kill me.
Oh god, let's not even go. Okay.
I'll just kiss his cheek. Let's go get some rest. I'll take rest watch.
Thank you both. Well, Shadow did just watch, but thank you for your counsel, Roshi.
Time.
Off to bed. Oh. You know you can trance now, Anthony.
I've tried and it's not working.
You know you have a full real life elf right next to you, right?
I think it's more I've never been able to meditate. Well,
You know you have a full real life elf who meditates next to you, right?
yes.
He doesn't like taking lessons from me, I think.
It's not that. Meditation's not my thing.
There are other ways of trancing. I'm sure.
Well, when I find it, I'll let you all know. But I'll take a full night's rest until then.
Alright.
Just gonna look at Farah.
I'm learning.
He is learning. Let him find his way as well. But don't be afraid to ask for help.
Small steps for me.
Isn't there another drow in town? That nice blacksmith.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll talk to her. She has some things I want commissioned anyways.
Alright. Then let's sleep and get to town quickly. Excuse me. So you settle down for the night. I'm not gonna have you roll perception checks. You have more than enough people there. As you eventually wake up and make the rest of your journey down to Lumberry, Lucy, you get in with Jack first. Right. To my mother's.
Should I tell her? I want to tell her. He said not to, but I want to tell her.
Why not?
She
Come
just
on,
gets a big
and he'll
shitting grin.
yeah, he'll grab your hand and intertwine your fingers. Let's do this. And he will eventually drive the cart. This is the cart with sprinkles. Drive the cart into town and make his way over to his mother's place. It's a house, and it has a tower in the back.
Nice.
Tower.
Is it like one of those Victorian houses that just has like the random tower coming out of it?
Yeah, but it's like in the back of the house because it's an actual tower. That's her like in home. The one with the little towers, like her in home tower, and then there's the back tower.
Nice.
So you make your way there, and he sends a sending. It's like, we're 5 minutes away. And you see him kind of like jerk a little. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, I know. All right. Yes, yes, mother. Okay. Yep. I'm bringing a partner. We'll explain things to you. It's like, okay, well, yeah, and he just stops sending messages. It's like, I'm not. Okay. Ooh.
Take the earring out.
Yeah, takes the earring out. Just gonna put that in a pocket. So that's okay. Uh, Eventually you make it to the house and you see Tessa waiting there. For you all. Let me double check. Names. Oh yeah, see Tessa and Matthew there, as well as Fiona's just like doing that kid, like just kind of like leaning against the rails, like hey. She's like a teenager, so um. And Tessa comes down. It's like, "Oh my dear darling boy, how you been?" And he's like looking. She's like looking him over, and it's like, "What? How are you being? Oh my God, you look like you haven't eaten. Well, no, you look like you have eaten. You've gotten bigger, stronger. Oh dear." And we're gonna have to get you fitted for new clothes. And Matthew just kind of like puts an arm around Tessa. Let the boy breathe. She's like, "Yep. Um, Mom, this is Liliana. Why don't we go inside?" It's like, is this the partner that's like, and she's like looking at you with like a glint in her eye. This is the partner you're bringing.
I am. Pleasure to be here. So excited to meet you all. Lucy is just giving Jack a shit-eating grin.
She gets like a little quirk in her eyebrow. Pleasure. Now do come in, there is food ready. And she'll usher you all in and start putting food on the table, and she sits down, and then as she's eating, she's just eyeing you, Lucy.
Do I have something in my teeth?
No, dear, you're fine. So how did you two meet?
Work.
I'm sure.
Oh shit,
Is
can
that
I
what
just
they're...
tell her?
Yes, you don't, we're not, we're inside, it's fine.
Lucy just shifts back to the face that Tess knows. It's me.
Oh, I knew there was something going on with you.
Surprise.
Okay. Wait, so you're not really together then, or is this just like a little facade?
No, we're here to kill Anthony.
What did
Technically.
he do?
Well, he already wrote to you, he said.
Yeah, he did. He said he... It's my house, it's safe. He said he had died and come back as a drow.
Yes. A handsome drow, I will say, doesn't look as good as he did before, but he still looks quite good. We are... Well, Jack wanted to have him change some paperwork.
Yes, because I did. He's like, oh yes, Tessa, take the seat over. Yes, I would love to do that if you hadn't put my son as an heir.
Right, so he's coming here to take care of that, disguised as his old self, and then later we'll just circle back and throw a funeral for him. He died tragically. Oops.
All right.
I'll be in the coffin hiding as him. Should be fun.
That sounds fun. Oh dear, she'll tap Matthew's shoulder. You're gonna have to make funeral dresses. I can do that. But she sets out the food. So where is Anthony? Where's dear Roisin?
They'll be following a few days behind us. I thought it would be easier to explain Jack's disappearance from Loomberry with his own story rather than being a part of our group. Since there's the whole,
yes.
we don't want him branded a traitor.
Right. So
we can just brand him as irresponsible instead.
Jack just.
You're welcome. It's a good story.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. None of this is my idea, by the way.
Well, you wanted out of it. Sorry I helped.
Right. Well, we're here for a few days before then. Why don't we go on dates and walk around town, and I'll introduce you to people I know.
All right. You'll just have to run down Shadow of everything we've gone through.
That's fine.
By the way, here's how we're gonna do it. She'll put Tessin on the plan. Another changeling's gonna take her spot. And this will be where if Jack's dad and sister are there, they'll also catch on that Lucy's a changeling.
Yeah. Matthew's been quiet as you swish back, and Fiona's just like, that's so cool.
You know what's even cooler is this. And she'll just like pop out an unsettling visage. Surprise.
That's fucking dope. You're so cool.
Yes, I know.
We can hang out while you're here, if that's cool with you.
Sure.
I like to blow things up.
I have some things to show you.
And Jack's just like, oh god. She was the one that blew up the workshop for you guys. So as you have this, we'll say in the next few days that you guys are traveling behind, that is when you make your debut as Liliana, as Jack's partner. You go out and he takes you to several places that he has been before. Here, let me... And mostly it's just introducing you to places he used to go, taverns, bars, restaurants, friends he had in there. And I can give you a rundown of the people that we will have a list. And then
we can go over it out of game because I know that'll be an extensive list.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over it out of game. But just a rundown so the people know what you're doing. You're basically just making your debut as Liliana, as Jack's partner, and eventually, Roisin and Anthony, you make your way to town. Where are you going?
I don't have a home anymore here, so Tessa's would be probably pertinent. Could go to Mickelson's.
Who did you give them
for an hour?
Home to? Oh, I do need to see Mickelson, actually. That's a point.
Oh, I wrote to my entire family. I wanted them all to know. My dad didn't write back, so I assume he's okay with everything.
I mean, I'm assuming you could still stay in that house. It's not like just because you don't own it doesn't mean you're barred from it forever.
True. I'll pat my earring. Lucy, where the fuck are we going?
What do you mean?
I'm in Loomberry. Where in Loomberry?
Your house.
Tessa's house, Mickelson's house, my parents' house.
No, your house.
It's Titus's house, but okay.
He's not using it now. Just go there. After you die, we can say that the family sold it off to Titus.
Yes. All right.
Everything is...
We're going to my house.
Yeah. All right. She'll say, keep up appearances until we kill you.
I'll write a quick paper bird to Mickelson or to let me know that I'm in town if they need me for anything. It would be good to have a catch up.
You can do that. You get to your house. And you walk in and it's spotless. It's clean. And as you open the door, you hear from the kitchen, Marcus, dear, the food won't be ready till about an hour or so.
I'll just pause. Who the fuck is Marcus?
Your shepherd.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Just because you've been away for a long time does not mean it's enough time to forget your own NPCs, dear.
Was that an Anthony forgetting or was that Jen forgetting?
No, it was generally Anthony just forgetting.
It's Anthony. What are you? It's Marcus. It's your shepherd. What are you doing here?
Hello, dear.
My dear
Give you a hug.
Rashid. Fair no, dear. How are you? She'll just bring you both into a big hug.
I hope you've
Anthony-
been keeping well.
I've been keeping fine. Marcus has been taking great care of me, except there was a dreadful explosion a few days after you guys left last time. Anthony,
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry. Your workshop's gone.
Tragic.
It's really sad to hear. Nobody got hurt, I take it.
Oh no, I was off that day, and Marcus was up in the closer towards the mountains in the fields.
No, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well,
Luckily, it was raining later that day, and it took care of most of it. But
well,
it's
that's
just a
good.
big pile of rubble now.
Well,
Mm.
at least nobody got hurt.
Mm-hmm. Your reaction is not exactly what I expected, dear.
Oh no, it's terrible.
He's been
You're
like
gonna-
this all day. Don't worry. It's. I'm assuming he's just having one of those days, Jenny.
Anthony, dear, if that was you, then you're gonna have to pay me extra for the heart attack you gave me.
I can do that, but it wasn't
Good.
me.
Mm-hmm. Words. You planned it, I'm sure.
Actually, no, this time it wasn't me in its entirety.
Well, whatever. The less I know, the better. Anyway, cookies. She seems to always have fresh baked cookies. Like it's like a sixth sense that she knows people are coming, so she's making cookies.
Can I have kept a couple of the ones that Ash made?
Yeah.
In my bag of holding and say, Jenny, I have an interesting creation by my son. I thought I'd keep you some since you're always making us cookies. And I pull out the very interestingly shaped, covered in blue sprinkles cookies.
That is very interestingly shaped. I'm sure they're just delicious. Let me warm them up a little bit. And she'll go, where's Lucy? Where's that darling girl? I made cookies for her.
She's on some business right now. I'm sure she'll be around soon.
The changeling should be with you guys impersonating Lucy.
Oh, fuck. Let's say she was putting the card away.
And Lucy would have given the rundown of who they're
yeah.
gonna encounter.
And Jenny will go over to her. Hi, Lucy dear. I made some cookies for you, your favorite. And it's strange because Shadow is acting exactly like Lucy. I rolled really good at my performance check. And you can tell why Shadow is who Shadow is. So they have her same mannerisms, way of speaking. She's like, oh, thank you, Jenny. I've been dreaming about your cookies this entire time. So they have that conversation, and she settles you all in the table and gives you your cookies and all that. So how long are you staying this time?
A bit. I have a lot of things to discuss with the family, and I kind of want you there, Jenny.
All right. Did you tell your sister you were coming over? Let me tell her. She should be here for this.
Yep. No, I did not. Yes.
Tessa, dear, she seems to have ascending earring to Tessa. You don't know when that happened. Tessa, dear, your brother's here. Oh. Oh. Jack's home with a girl.
Oh my. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? I do like young love.
Oh, that's going to be the talk of the town. Dear Jack, just
yeah, that's
up with
definitely going to be the talk of the town.
Oh, come on. Tessa dear, bring Jack over and his new girlfriend. Oh, that's so cute. So, this version for you, Lucy, is like, I told Jenny that you were coming. We were coming by with with Jack's new girlfriend, dear. So change back to the other one.
She would have popped back into that face to stay
Okay.
the whole time until they switch. It was just for the one dinner where she popped out of it and was just like, hey, and me. Yo.
Yeah. Now get dressed. We traditional or mm, I feel like Jack would have given you a traditional dress to come in and meet his parents in. Right, Jack? Yes, mother. Right. Well, I have some traditional clothes, traditional dresses for you if you wish. That we can spruce up.
Whatever you think is best.
All right.
Lucy
Let's
will be the Barbie doll person.
Yeah, she'll
Anthony's
get you
sister.
dressed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, come on, I'm sure Jenny would love to meet you, and Marcus, and all the family would want to meet you as well. Are you telling them this trick? Please don't tell them until after. It'll be hilarious.
Oh, we'll be telling them a lot of things.
Oh, this is going to be very exciting. Is Auntie going to get into trouble?
You know what? Let's go get dressed.
Okay. She'll give you the garments that you need. And Jen, what does the traditional outfit of Bloomberry look like?
It is a very Norse Scandinavian, bold patterns, bold colors, very bright reds, soft blues and greens, golds, decorated throughout. They have these kind of patterns that kind of drape down the side of the front and around the waist, and very simple skirts. It's more to accent the top and to bring focus towards the face, and the bottom is more of, because there was a lot of dirt and snow and stuff, so black hid a lot of wear and tear. So that's what they did, and it was clean, and it comes just slightly mid-calf, because walking in snow and hurting, you needed mobility.
Yeah. As you change and come out, Jack looks you over and gives you a smile. You look nice.
I know, I always look nice.
You do.
But thank you.
Come on. He'll put his arm out.
She'll take it.
And they will go in a carriage over to Anthony's house.
Tess, I didn't tell him that I told you.
Can you repeat that sentence for me?
She says, Tess, I didn't tell him that I told you the plan already.
Oh. Okay, I'll be on my best mother meeting their son's girlfriend behavior. I got this. It'll be fine. I want to give him some shit for what he did.
Have fun.
I will, dear.
She leans into Jack. Your mother is the absolute best.
Yeah, that's one way to describe her. He'll like just put his arm around you. He's been very relaxed with the pretend relationship and comes naturally to him. And you make your way over to Anthony's house. It's not too far to. A little bit before that, Roshan, you do get a reply back from your paper bird, basically saying, happy you're in town again. Hopefully we get to meet again. We've been rather busy stocking up food for the winter for everyone. But if we're here and we both have free time, we should definitely meet up. So, a little bit after that, as you're reading your letter, you hear a carriage come up. It's very nice. And you come out and it is Fiona, Matthew, Tessa, and Jack and Liliana. Okay, now stand behind me. Me and Matthew will go in first. Fiona, come on. And she'll knock on the door. Anthony, dear.
I'll open
Your
the door.
sister.
Why did you give Ginny a sending earring? She's my housekeeper.
Yeah, so you're not around to get her out of danger. She's in danger.
Ginny pretty much can take care of herself.
And if something happens and she can't take care of them, she has a direct line to me.
She stabbed the last intruder into my house.
Yes, and who do you think helped her get rid of them?
I don't want to know how many bodies are buried in my fields. Thank you.
None. Why would I bury them in our own land?
I don't know.
That's child's play, really. Anywho. And she walks in and gives you a big hug. Oh, I've missed you so much. Why didn't you tell me that Jack got a girlfriend? I've been so impressed with the dear. Come on, Liliana, dear. I need to show you Jenny and oh, it's Roisin here. I need to show you Roisin. She's a darling. And Lucy. Lucy as well. They're amazing. They're too good for my brother, really. And she brings you in.
Yes, welcome to the house, Tessie. It's good to always have you in. As I pat Matthew's back.
You're used to it by now.
Yeah.
He pats you back. And Fiona walks in and just kind of like sits in that teenager. I'm just gonna sit in the living room in the couch reading. And Jenny brings her cookies and she gives Jenny a smile. So how's everyone been?
I've given her a big hug.
Yeah.
Agreeing.
She gives you a really big hug.
Well.
Yeah, huh?
All things considered, we are all doing quite well.
Mm-hmm.
We had a birthday party recently, so.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Whose birthday was it?
My son.
Oh, that must have been very exciting for you, dear.
Yes.
You must tell me later on what happened.
I will.
If I'd known, I would have given you a present for him. I can still make one. It's fine.
Sure. Well, you know where they stay. I've given you the address.
Yes, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
They're quite lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So, Anthony, you did send me a very interesting letter.
Yes, gotta step back and drop my disguise. So this is me now.
Jenny's there. She's like, what?
Yes, this is me. Something happened.
Uh-huh.
I died. And
Oh.
yes. Vanor brought me back.
Hi.
No, I'm a very handsome man, and I will not be told otherwise.
You need to double my payment for the 2 heart attacks you've given me. And she comes and hugs you. Anthony, dear, you died and you didn't tell me. Now you're different and you didn't tell me either. How could you?
Oh, all right. Yeah, so one more thing. I got married.
I'm sorry, what?
Gets the top of her head. Fanor and I are married.
Hi. Tessa just looks to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna but in defense of Anthony and just say to Jenny, this sort of thing is very traumatic for a person. I think he's been trying to process it himself before he tells others. It's been a lot.
Right. Well, I guess I don't know how to feel about this.
Be happy he's still alive.
I'm very happy he's still alive. You owe me so much more for these heart attacks, Anthony, dear. Anyway, I'm so sorry this is what you're walking into, dear Liliana. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you, too. I'm so
Would you
excited
like-
to be here. Sorry to hear about your
Like-
death.
I got better.
Lucy, low-key, uses message to Shadow. Now might be a good time to deflect and tell them that he adopted me.
I also have a shadow.
By
I
the
also
way.
have- by the way, I'm part of your family now.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
Shadows
adopted.
and Anthony's daughter now.
Mazel
Jenny's
tov.
just like, oh dear, I'm so happy you're part of the family now. I mean, I already suspected you were. It's just you and Roisin have always been part of the family, but officially papers for you to be their daughter. It's amazing. Oh dear, I'm so happy for you. And she just hugs you. Tessa's been quiet throughout this entire conversation.
Lucy is just like shaking with laughter, watching this changeling just get bombarded by Jenny.
Uh-huh. And Tessa just looks to you like, is this true, basically, in her eyes?
He'll hold up his hand and there's the silver ring on his, well, not silver, gold ring on his finger. Eh,
Congratulations to your brother.
I didn't
I
want to.
make
Okay.
a lot of money on this.
Okay.
I bet how long you two would go without getting married.
It's
Of course I would.
Yeah. Yes. So, couple things. No state wedding. No state funeral, please.
You tell mother that.
No state anything.
You tell mother that.
I have a sneaking suspicion I will not get my death wishes. Anyways,
I'm sure you'll be happy to be dead.
I'm happy to be me.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you want to tell people? This big family dinner?
Big family dinner. And discuss it at length. The house belongs to a new friend of ours. Somebody I want you to look after when
Alright.
they arrive.
You've been here with Titus before. She would
Yeah.
have met him.
Titus and his brothers.
Oh, all right.
It's a sanctuary away from other things.
Once you die, yes, we can say we sold it to them. It's fine.
Fantastic. Paperwork to make you the new Lady of Bloomberry.
Mhm.
Jack technically isn't my heir, as I adopted Lucy. She would be my heir.
What's on paper is on paper, dear.
True. Old laws might triumph it, though, so just make sure we're
Where
clear.
did you
We'll add
adopt
both.
her? Did you adopt her here or over there?
There.
Mm.
Still, let's just make sure we add both so there's no
Yes.
confusion down the line.
Right.
I don't want some upstart lord challenging the claim.
Some have tried already when you weren't here.
Ew. I'm gonna go kill him.
We'll talk about that later, dear. It doesn't help that you're not here anymore.
I'm giving up everything. Just not here.
All right. Well, anywho, let's all enjoy these cookies Jenny made, and we'll talk more about your death later. And you see Fiona come up, like, does that mean Titus is going to be here more often?
Oh, look, Chief Fiona. You stay away from Titus.
You know, I got my book signed by Uncle Mickelson.
Do you want me to tell your mother what happened?
Do you want me to tell Mom who put me up to it?
Fiona blew up my shed.
Uncle Anthony told me to do it.
I did not.
Yes, he made a whole plan.
Nope,
He
I
said
did not
some-
supply any of the fireworks.
No, but you told me how to do it. You told your friends to supply the fireworks, and then the strange man came and gave you the fireworks, and then you told me how to do it. I remember at least 60 feet away, you press the red button. Once you're 60 feet away, those were your words. Remember, Fiona, we gotta be safe.
She has been reading Mickelson's book. You have to talk to our brother.
He told me about Mickelson's book.
I did not. She found it.
I bought it with my own money after he told me about it.
Anyway, Tessa, your daughter's
just
an
looking
arsonist.
at you. Why did you make my daughter into an arsonist, Anthony?
She did that on her own, but, you know, start them young.
I'm going to slap you so hard.
I've been trying to teach my son about daggers and magic. These are the forms, so...
Oh, dear.
So at least your daughter's grown up enough to actually handle the things that's being introduced to her.
Bombs and fireworks are not meant for teenagers. Oh, dear. Okay, well. It's all right. Anyway, I'll be talking to you later, Anthony. A very stern talking to. And Fiona, we are not reading that book anymore. But Mom, no buts.
Joke's on her. Fiona already has them memorized.
Yep. Eventually this passes by and she says, I'm going to plan this lunch, this dinner, this family dinner today for tomorrow. Liliana, dear, you can help me meet the family. In the meantime, are we all staying here, or did you all want to come back to my house? She's talking to Jack and Liliana.
Yes, do you two want to...
Lucy just looks to Jack.
We can go? Stay. We can stay.
Amazing.
How uncomfortable
Catch up.
does he want to be?
Yep. We can stay. Right? He looks to you, Lucy.
Oh, Anthony, do you want us to stay or not? She already knows who I am.
Jack, you see why I don't want to send him off into the great wilderness now, right?
Sending him off where?
What? Where are you sending me off to now?
The ocean. Anyways.
That's not the great wilderness.
It is.
Two very different things.
Jack, Lucy, please stay.
All right. By the way, Tess, Shadow, Jack's mother.
Hi.
Lucy will introduce the other family members going down the line.
Mm-hmm. Great. I don't have to be you for a little bit. No. That was exhausting.
You're welcome.
You're far too energetic.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go. They don't say where, they're just leaving.
She trusts them to stay out of sight.
Yeah. But you are able to settle in for the night. Tessa's gonna go back with Fiona and Matthew to plan this family dinner. So she's taking care of telling people and all that stuff. Is there anything you'd like to do before the night?
So, two of you, I look to Roisin and Lucy. Ready for everything?
In what regard?
Just gestures to the house.
Oh, I have no part in it, so I'm all right.
Oh, you'll be very much a part of it. You're here, therefore you're a part of it.
Okay, well, if you guys need me for anything, you just need to let me know, but I think I'm just bystanding mostly. So I'm ready.
I'm
Ready to-
excited.
Oh, boy.
How are we saying that he died? Can we come up with that? Oh, please let it be gruesome.
I don't know. He
Thought
probably
we were-
got. Go ahead.
We're blaming that other family, aren't we?
Yeah, that is his plan.
All right.
Like the plan he did for Titus. So then there's like more heat on the family.
I do love a good revenge story.
Mm-hmm.
Half my library's full of them. I read mysteries.
All right.
Okay. Nobody's questioning that. Uncle.
So a revenge story would be a good spin.
You got too close to their own market.
If we're heading in that neck of the woods anyway to go over the river, then we'll be in a place to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we should probably do it after we've been through there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't have to actually kill you, you know.
Yes,
just
I
making up a story.
understand. Yes, but appearances and actually giving
Being seen in the area.
context to a story gives more truth to a story.
How many times a day can you disguise yourself?
I can stay for 3 hours in my other self.
You should probably make an outing into town as yourself, too.
You
Spend
could
some
always
money, do
buy
something
you.
flashy.
You could always buy you a hat of disguise or something of disguise. It'll let you be disguised for however long you want.
This is true.
I should probably get myself one of those. I'm the only one who can't do any, I mean, I can into animals, but not as a person.
Mom knows the magic shop owner in town. I'm sure she'll be able to get you a deal.
That would be useful.
Plus that way you don't have to use your magic and waste it on that. You could just pop that on, be yourself, your other self, and then be somebody else for you, Rasheen. This is a strange conversation.
I don't see what's so weird
travel
about
a lot of we travel a lot of places where we have to not be ourselves, and I have no means to. I'm rather unique looking.
Your big blue hair does give it away.
While Shadow's in town, they can forge more documents for you. Just come up with what you would want to be named and a general description, and they'll write up the paperwork for you.
Okay.
I'll just bounce between the 3 I already have.
Shadow comes back. Out of nowhere, you just hear, I can do that as Shadow passes by. Still as Lucy.
Yeah, that'd be
There's just 2 of me in the room right now.
Yeah.
Alright.
We should go for the artifact, I think. Head that way.
All
Yes.
right.
Kat's been getting in touch, so we have a little bit more of a narrower scope.
That's good.
Yeah.
Find the kids' parents while we're that way. Weren't they that way? If I remember
They're
correctly.
Southern parts of the northern wastes, and the item is in the northern part of the northern waste, but it's the same general area, so we can pass from one through to the other. That way we can pass through Talness and then across the river, deal with family things as we head north. Perhaps?
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be easy crossing that river, but I have hopefully some magic that will help us. I can carry you both if I'm a large enough bird, so.
If you
There
just
might be a bridge.
If you take my dagger to the other side, I can just teleport over.
Yes.
Or find a bridge.
It's a big river.
Yeah, I don't. Am I correct in thinking that the nature of this river and the fact that the north of it is just so unmapped that there might not be convenient bridges over?
There's no convenient bridge. You would know this, Anthony. If you look at the map, you can tell the way that it's drawn out. It is a very large river. Think of it not necessarily Amazon style, that's like miles and miles and miles, but it is large.
Mississippi.
Yeah, it's a and
Lucy
it's
would,
not gonna be
yeah.
easy.
Lucy would be able to teleport across the Mississippi.
And Anthony,
It's
you
got the
would know
range.
this she's got the range. It is a dangerous river.
I'll clutch you in my talons, Anthony. We'll head over, and then we'll take her dagger for her.
That's fine. Or, you know.
Do you like flying now in this new body?
You know what? I don't know.
I don't have to
Don't
be terribly
try it.
fly. I just have to be.
I feel like that's just a person thing, not a body thing.
Shrugs.
I don't. Well,
Well, some
maybe it's
people are
have to
scared of
have.
heights because of vertigo, which is a physical thing in the head. But we'll find out. Whether, yeah, it seems to me that perhaps the most hassle-free way over.
Well, if we're going into Towness, staying more towards the deltas would give us a smaller river passing. We don't necessarily need to go into the river's body itself.
No, but still need to cross over. If it's a rather wild river, then
Oh yes, it's very dangerous. It's the reason we don't have to worry about the borders to the north.
so we can fly over.
We do have to trek back through the mountains.
Yes.
There's a nice little path, if I remember. It's been a while since I've been to Towness.
Yeah,
I usually just teleport to the cities.
There's also always, I'll put you back on the map. I mean, you can try getting there through the Dragon Tails Mountain, if you wish.
It would be good to see that community again, if only briefly. I need to start, doing my job and making connections.
Well, we will be going south, out north. Because Loonberry is above Towness, and
Maybe after we kill Anthony,
after we kill Anthony,
we can go up north for a vacation.
I would like that. Go into the mountains. Not to the dragon, but to the mountains. Thank you.
Sure.
I thought they were
Yeah,
just
no way.
mountains. I thought they were like just above Loonberry. Down.
The centaurs are just above, like right here. The dragon is
Yeah.
over here.
So is the centaurs I was talking about there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the orc tribe. I forgot
No.
about the centaurs.
The centaurs, yeah. She'll eventually want to do the same with the orcs, but yeah, if we're passing through that particular mountain pass anyway, it'd be good. Plus, Lucy, we could stock up on that alcohol. Ran out, and I really would like some more.
Oh yes, let's do it. I could dance with Sebastian again. I wonder how he's doing.
Adorable as ever, I
expect.
A quick query to the both of you. I have supplies to go north. Do you two have supplies to go north?
What do you mean?
It does get cold up there.
Yes,
It gets bitter.
we bought warm clothes the last time we went there.
I've been out shopping twice with Tess.
No, right.
I'm good to go.
She'll still have in her bag the outfit that she wore the last time we went north.
Good.
And the stuff she bought traditional garb that the orc tribe wore, so she bought the stuff that Mother's going to wear.
Yeah, Lucy doesn't have any of those clothes. Bag went boom.
All right. The way temps aren't going to be exactly kind, so we need to prepare for that.
The wastes are gonna be hot.
Hot in the day, very cold,
Very
at,
cold
night.
at night.
I don't have shelter in my little bag of tricks, unfortunately.
I'm accustomed to hot temperatures, at least. So.
It's gonna
That's
be really hot.
45 degrees is the low for a normal day.
I like the warmth. Makes me happy. Reminds me of home.
45 degrees Celsius.
For the
Fahrenheit.
viewers. Yeah. It's 45 degrees Fahrenheit is cold.
Yeah. 45 degrees Celsius. It's hot.
Because Russian
in
dresses the way
Fahrenheit,
she does.
yeah. In Fahrenheit, that's 113 degrees.
Yeah.
For those of us.
She's used to like Caribbean temperatures because that's more
This
the climate
is
of the...
Yeah, well,
which is desert. It's like a dry
yeah.
heat rather than the
yeah, but it's
humid
gonna be
heat, but-
much hotter than like a Caribbean heat.
Yeah, but she's like accustomed to hot temperatures is what I mean. Like it'll still feel hot. I'm not suggesting she'll not be uncomfortable, but she's not from a cold place.
So you can provide this little planning session. Towards the end of it, Jack might have already left. He's setting up his own room. There's enough rooms for y'all to have separately since Fanner's staying with you, Anthony. So he's setting up what used to be his old room, which is just if we go, I'll show you guys. If we go back to like it's just this little room back here. But he will call you over, Lucy, and he will use the earrings like, hey, I got something to show you.
She doesn't answer. She just goes to wherever he is.
You know he's there. So I've been working on this thing, personal project, you know how I like my small personal projects. And it was, you know, when we went out to the tapas place, the little lights they had?
The pretty ones that twinkled, yes.
So he takes out a little sphere, and he presses the sides and twists it, and it doesn't go out entirely, it just kind of separates. And give me a moment. He will turn off the candles, and just a moment after the candles are gone and the room is dark, you see they almost look like oversized fireflies, like just the like little glowing part of it start coming from the little ball the little sphere that he has, and start filling like the top of the room, and they are very slowly switching colors. What do you think?
How did you do that?
Magic.
Well, duh. They're fantastic.
I'm glad. I like things that make people happy. I like to make things that make people happy. I thought you'd appreciate it.
I do.
It's for you. He'll hand you the little sphere.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, just wanted to show you that. You can take them, they'll fill up whatever room you're in. If you're out in the open air, they're kind of cream a little dome around you.
It'll come in handy.
Hope so.
I'm the only one of the three of us that can't see in the dark.
We can get you goggles for that. I'm sure you look amazing with a pair of goggles on. Have you given thought about what we talked about?
A little.
Anything you'd like to share?
Not right now.
That's fair. I'm assuming you'll all be leaving soon after.
Yes, we shouldn't stay too long. But we will be coming back to kill him. Will you be here for that?
I will be here for that, yes.
Good.
I'm staying here until you guys come back.
All right. Try not to like Shadow any more than me.
I'll try my hardest. He'll close up the little sphere, and you see that the lights almost they leave a trail, but they very rapidly kind of like coalesce into the sphere and walk away. We'll start turning the candles back on. Well, then good night to you.
Good night.
I'll give you a kiss on the cheek. Open the door for you.
She'll leave. There's a teleportation dagger that's mysteriously left in his room. For later.
Okay. And Roshin, you get a nighttime call from Ash. He's using his little sending stone. And he's telling you everything he did throughout the day. And I talked to snails, and I talked to a dirtworm, and I talked to a squirrel, and I talked to a bird, and I talked. There was this weird thing that went underground. I don't know what it's called. And then he was happy, and I left him alone because he just wanted to burrow underground. Dirtworms don't say much. They're kind of just.
Were you polite to them all?
Yeah.
Good. That's the most important thing.
You taught me, and Dad taught me, and Grandpa and Grandma taught me that to always be polite to nature.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Have you been working on your color wheel puzzle?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. How are you getting on with it?
All right.
Hmm.
There are certain colors I still need to get on.
Hmm. Well, good. I'm glad to hear it, darling. I wish I could give you a squeeze before bed.
I'm giving my bear a squeeze.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Can you feel it?
Yes, I can.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Mommy needs to get something that she can squeeze.
A little me.
Mm-hmm.
And even literal me. Little or little.
Oh, well,
smaller.
you're getting very big now.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dad says I have to go to bed.
Okay.
Bye, Mama. I love you.
Good night, baby.
Night. And then, in the end, Anthony Fanner settles in with you. It's a lot of things going on, huh?
I suppose. Feels normal, though.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Same. Just pull him close and kiss his head and say, Please don't doubt my devotion to you. Even when it comes to knowledge and technology, I would never prioritize those things before you.
All right.
I would burn nations for you, but technology can wait. You are more important than any of that.
New to me as well. I'd burn down worlds for you, my dear.
You already have.
I have.
Someday, perhaps I'll tell the story of why. Lucy and Ro would probably enjoy it.
Maybe. Right now, I'm just happy to be here. That's an alarm. That's me. Sorry, my timer went off. I was very confused for a second. Well, just happy to be here with you tonight. You don't get much of this, except the 2 weeks you spent back, but that was a bit of a journey. Now, let's get some rest. We have a whole busy days ahead of us.
Just gets his hand in his head. To whatever comes next, my dear.
To whatever comes next. I'll give you a gentle smooch. And the night comes in, and that's where we'll end up for today's game. A lot of planning, a lot of bonding time. Next, we'll see what happens with Antony's supposed death, the march to the Northern Waste, and finding May's parents and this artifact. With that, we'll leave you there. But before we go, let's do a little bit of outros so we can talk about some charities that we're backing because, as our lovely host said, this is a charity channel. Everything that we make here is given to charity. So, why don't we start off with our Mama Bear?
Hey everyone, I'm Emma, Hamlin on the internet. I'm supporting the National Black Leadership Commission on Health. They champion the promotion of health and prevention of diseases to reduce disparities and achieve equity within the Black community. Because, as we all know, hopefully we should all know, that systematic racism is a really big problem, and no more so than the healthcare system in America. So, yeah, that's me.
Thanks for that, and thanks to our awesome host. So the links are there. Are gonna be there in the chat, so you just need to click and go. Next is Anthony.
Hi, I'm Jen. I am championing the Bail Project. It is a nonprofit organization designed to combat mass incarceration by disrupting the money bail system. It provides aid to local communities and helps local Americans during this time of tribulation and unrest in America. So that's who I'm supporting.
Thank you for that. And hi everyone, my name's Satan. All the asks for all of us are down below. We don't need to say them. The overlay says them already. But I am championing the Loveland Foundation. It is a therapy fund that they work with Therapy for Black Girls. They work with National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network, Talkspace, and the Open Path Collective. The recipients of this fund will have access to a comprehensive list of mental health professionals across the country that provide high quality and culturally competent services to the people who are eligible for this fund. And this fund is for Black women and girls. So with each amount of money that you donate, you are giving money for Black women and girls to get free therapy sessions. I believe mental health is very important part that we have to deal with, especially with what's going on today in the world, and especially with Black women and girls that deserve to have this support. So yeah, if you click the link, you'll get to read more on them, more than I could tell you. And with that, we'll go over to our lovely host.
Hey everybody. Sorry, I was finishing typing something. My name's Sarah. If you haven't been here before, welcome. We are a charity channel in this house. My charity choice is I Need Diverse Games. They champion diversity and inclusion in the games that we know and love, as well as in the video game industry as a whole. If you're new here for the first time and you've stuck with us this long, awesome. Everything that comes through this channel does go to charity. This month, which I'm counting today as last month, everything will be going towards the National Black Leadership Commission on Health. So if you're in our Discord, you'll be seeing a update from me sometime today on how much has been raised this month for the monthly charity. I'm not sure what the next charity is since we've all done our charities, so I'm going to think on that, and I will put that out in the community as well. Thanks, guys, for letting me do this. This has been a lot of fun. This makes streaming even better for me that we're raising money for people who need it. And speaking of raising money for people who need it, I do have one plug, since this is the last game before Valdorian's Extra Life weekend starts. If you want to give money to help sick kids, almost all of us are involved in Valdorian's Extra Life channel. A link to her channel should be... It's not popping up. Emma, if you want to Google one and throw it up there for me.
Yeah.
Go follow her channel right now. Next weekend, she is doing 3 days of games. All TTRPG games, not necessarily D&D games. Emma will be DMing for me and Satan a honey heist game that has been reskinned with dragons. Or not dragons, dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
The other scaly things.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's close enough.
Close enough.
Fine.
I mean, they're
cousins.
large. They have big teeth. You know, it's the same thing. But definitely hit the link in our description. Go follow Val's channel. She's a wonderful human person. And we love our Raptor fam over on her channel. So
and Saucefire's gonna be there.
Yeah, Saucefire's gonna be with us.
Yay!
So come hang out with us next weekend over on her channel. That's all I have for channel announcements. I love everyone. Drink some water, eat a healthy snack, take your meds if you haven't already. Call someone and tell them you love them today. Go out and be an excellent person. I love you all. Bye.
Bye.